Hello everyone, this is Moses from Zaatar Gardens. I'm doing a little different video. I get a lot of questions, and I got just another one over my dandelion on why do you keep growing this dandelion plant? Yes, it's like 3.5 feet tall. Why do you keep growing it? You know, there's no point, it's a weed. Dandelions are not a weed. You can actually buy seeds at seed catalogs. So if you could buy seeds through a catalog, no one would buy a weed through a catalog. Obviously, it's not a seed, it's an herb. These are the flower heads that are closed. They open up, they're yellow, they're pretty, but then the bad part, you see that white fuzzy stuff. They open up and I'm assuming it gets pollinated, whatnot. And then the little dome where when you were kids, you used to blow on it to see all the seeds fly off. You didn't know what it was, but you knew what it was when your dad was yelling at you to stop blowing the dandelions on his grass. And this is a root of a dandelion, and this is tea. The reason why I grow dandelions, or at least one big one, is for the flowers. I dry the flowers and I make tea with it. I also dry the root of smaller dandelions. I'm not going to pull that big guy up. But I take the flowers from the big one. I dry it at this stage. I don't dry it when it's opened already because it doesn't store that well, I've noticed. It falls apart. But disclaimer, like everybody else has to do, I'm not a doctor, not a physician, not giving medical advice. Do your own research on the benefits of dandelion tea, or any tea for that matter, or any holistic form. So, full disclaimer. So, but I'm gonna list what I can recall on the benefits of dandelion. The flower heads, once dried and used as a tea, it's a diuretic, and I believe it strengthens the immunity system. It's for blood sugar. It helps relieve heartburn. I remember that. And the whole entire digestive system as well, it helps it out. So the way you can dry the flower heads is by laying it on a piece of towel on a pan in the oven. Put your oven on the warm setting. Make sure it's not too hot, but on the warm setting. Pretty much a dehydrator. So if you have a dehydrator, put them in the dehydrator. If you don't, put them in the oven on the warm setting. So with the root, it takes a little longer to dry. I believe the root has told different benefits, or claimed benefits, excuse me. It's again with digestive ailments, I think. Let me read the notes on the root. The root I'm not too sure about. Yes, digestive ailments, and supposedly relieves constipation. So that tells me probably if you eat too much of this or drink too much of this taproot, you're going to have probably diarrhea. So if it relieves constipation, I mean, that's like or maybe it soothes it out. Who knows? But regardless, the taproot of the dandelion is one of the most massives I ever seen. That and the moringa plant. The moringa has a huge taproot as well. I mean, look how small this plant was. Pretty tiny. Look how big and thick this taproot was. But yes, this is actual dandelion tea. I already dried some flowers, and made some tea. I'm going to drink some right after this video. But yeah, this is why I grow dandelions, or at least one big one for this. The root's not so much. I just pull the root out to talk about the root as well. But I really do it for the heads. I dry the heads up and use it sparingly with cloves and star of anise and cinnamon stick, and then some honey in the tea. That's it. That's what was in here. Star anise, cloves. Oh, a little bit of moringa too, dried moringa, and the dandelions, and a cinnamon stick, and honey. Pretty cool. So that's why I do it. It's not a weed. I don't know why, it's a shame. I guess it grows like a weed, but it's not a weed. Pretty cool. All right, guys. Happy gardening. I'm going to enjoy my tea. Bye.